Damn. So I got a hand history that we're gonna review. One sec though. Um, I think this should all be like over here. All right, we're gonna start. This is someone asked me about like 20 big blinds, cutoff versus big blind. Okay, I got you, man. And someone asked me about 40 big blinds. My assertion that Jack 8 suited is a jam versus a button open cutoff flat. Now explain why. Also, just wanted to mention that you know uh, sometimes I post things that are so insane that some people gotta cross post them twice. Um, I saw like 20 people like or laugh, and the only name that I see is Clown D'Souza. Well, here's the thing, yo. That was like I should not be laughing too much, but for reasons I can't disclose. But well, it's just pointless, right? Like the thing is, like it's a good like a lot of people I speak to have trouble with tilting. I think it's a very good example here. Like literally, some like the person who sent this to me, and I was like, man, and I'm just trying to like hold my face, like not laugh because it just literally made me crack up. Um, okay, they don't understand me. It's fine, man. Here's the thing, what they're literally doing is like criticizing. The thing is, any fool can criticize, condemn, complain, and the fucking fact is, most fools do. Like, I have no idea. Like, ah, it takes some self control. It takes some, you need to bite your teeth and, don't care about what other people think about you. Um, um, I'm just reading it. It's funny. Um, I'm sorry, but here's the thing. Um, that's how they're feeling, right? So someone who says like I don't, he just keeps talking to himself. I don't understand. Whatever. It's like it made someone laugh. It made someone like thumbs up. So what is that? That's feeling, right? You cannot argue with someone's feelings. Think about it. No matter how objective your point of view is, mine usually is very objective. The problem comes from the fact that it just like makes no sense, uh, like they're not launching a personal attack. They're expressing the way they felt or they're feeling uh, as a result of something I did, right? Now, how can I argue the way a person feels, right? And like feelings and emotion are illogical to some extent. Now, that's not a judgment on someone's character. I think that's a human condition. Now, I do not want to argue with people who have expressed something out of how they feel, because that I would need to attach logic to their feeling, and that's a recipe for disaster. Um, if I was in their position, would I do the same thing? I don't know. I'm not them. They're not me. put in the exact situation, chances are that I'd probably react differently. Because I don't know, man. Like when it comes to feelings, like um, I don't know. I don't have a spouse, but these guys are not gonna bring me down like wifey. Um, with all these like, here's the thing. The like you have to be somewhat honest with yourself. Now, the only way to be honest with yourself is to actually be honest publicly, right? Because if you just say that you're honest with yourself and you tell people, yeah, I'm always honest with myself and this and that, thing is that you can just fall into this trap where you think you're being honest with yourself, but if you let your mistakes out and you admit you're wrong, show your weakness and vulnerability, contrary to popular opinion, admitting weakness can actually help, like uh not enhance but like kind of like um portray authority. um if you look into authority, like the concept of authority, you'll read that like it's people typically look to those with superior knowledge when making decisions. That makes sense. So if you want to be persuasive and establish an authority so that people will listen to you, well, that authority is established by conveying expertise and credibility. Now, in a more subjective sort of way, people see you more credible when you show your humanity, um, that you can make mistakes and are honest enough to own up to them, right? So, that's like owning up to mistakes is very powerful. Actually, projects authority. People who have an agency, who think they have an agency where they do not make mistakes, man, I don't know what to say. But that's like impossible. First of all, um, I'll just end this whole thing with and get on with it by just saying that um, what I began with: any fool, calm. Sorry, my bad. Any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain. And the thing is, most fools do. Clown. Um, and so let them. Who cares? Like, think about it. You're gonna die. It's one of the things that I have written on my desktop. Is like, why aren't you like? Why don't you just kill yourself? Um, you know. And when it comes to when you read that, what it makes you do is like not punt. That's how some like people have to like you have to be creative and do things like that. Okay, first of all, let's segue straight out of there. So, and also I'll just say one last thing. Like, if you have objective, like not objective truth, but like if your reasoning is from a forensic, uh you know you're coming from forensic reasoning perspective, your thought process or decision making is based on some sort of forensic rational sort of um, skeptic sort of philosophy, the post Hellenic skeptics, um, you get the Stoics and the uh, Epicureans, yeah, or hedonists, right? um, you have to realize that you if you have a disagreement with someone, it's very hard to start with a common ground if the way you think is different from the way someone else thinks. So the thing is, you just don't care about people. Like, I don't care about anyone. Sometimes I don't care about my parents, but I do care about them. It sometimes means like when I'm playing poker, like I don't really want to be disturbed. And yeah, when you the best way to win an argument, like Dale Carnegie once said, is to avoid it. Even if you completely dismantle someone's argument with objective facts, you won't be any close to reaching an agreement than if you made personal arguments, right? If you made arguments that are not abstract in the sense they're drawing from memory. And this is a quote from Dale Carnegie that I'm citing here. A man convinced against his will. So you just convince someone, and and they're just like, they in the end are like, okay, well, here's the quote again. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. So you don't do anything by getting someone to like believe in what you're saying or agree with what you're saying, because at some point that person might have just been like, "Yeah, okay man, let's just end it, and let's just say yes right now, and we can laugh behind his back or whatever." Okay, a lot of things. So cutoff versus big blind. Yeah, sorry, cutoff versus big blind. 20 big blinds. So I have a so I did a bit of a mistake because this has a lot of bet sizings in it, and then I have like 33 no yeah 26 flops that are well, let's go to root checks. No, this root hasn't checked. So I just wanted to see like what the defaults. If the default is fine, then I'm not going to whoa, hold up. So default like out of position checking is 90 here, and that's all I want to need to know. Because this is the one with the 210. Here, the check for root is 90. There was 89 there, so I think it's fine. And then root checks in position checks 15%, and here because it's 20 big blinds, like less number of root checks in position, 17%, the default, right? So 15, 17, same thing. And if we bet 30%, let's see how much fold. It's 48% for out of position. 48% of this, like, he folds 48% times. So here's 47, and the fact is like one of them has more bet sizing, so obviously this is pretty accurate, like, right? Because it's like 20 big blinds. So I'm gonna close this. Actually, I'm gonna save it. Well, we'll just keep to this. So what are the sort of, so if you go to root, so this is again this is at root. So what flops check? Obviously ace. Well,